Hey everybody, I'm Madeline Sklar, host of the Social ROI Chat. We had a great one today, and so I brought on our special guest, Justin Brown. Please welcome him to the live webcast. Hey Justin, how are you?
Hey, very well. Thank you. Thanks very much for having me on.
Oh, for sure. That was an awesome chat today. I love talking about video. It's one of my favorite things. And you are like the king of video. I mean, you know so much about video. You make these really great YouTube videos teaching people how to use video. And I learned so much from watching you. So I knew you would be a great guest for the chat today. So before we dive in, can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, perfect. So my name's Justin. I work with my brother Mike, and our company is Primal Video, and that's where we help people leverage video to amplify their business and brand. So to actually see results with video, we're all told that we need to do video to grow our business, but a lot of people aren't seeing those results. So that's what we help people with.
I love that because, yeah, you can do all these great things, but if you're not getting results,
Yeah.
you're not doing it right. You're missing out on opportunities. So I love that. I love that. That's what you guys are all about. I've met you at Social Media Marketing World, you and your brother, and I know we'll be back there again next year
Nice.
to both speak. So I'm going to be doing Twitter video. That's going to be my topic. What do you know what your
Awesome.
topic is?
I'm pretty sure to be around filming and getting great results with video with your smartphone. So similar topic to last year, but there's some cool new apps and things that are around now to make it even easier. So yeah, be
That's
good fun.
great. Yeah. So for those of you watching, if you plan to go to Social Media Marketing World next March, just know that Justin will be there sharing his wisdom. But we get him today all to ourselves. So today's topic is how to use video to supercharge your marketing. And I think this is really becoming a topic that's more front and center now, Justin. I'm sure you would agree because video is really taking over, right? I mean, everywhere you go, all the platforms all have video and live video components, even Twitter. And it was interesting. I was on a live stream today talking about how Twitter has video and people don't think to use video over there. So it's interesting that, we will get on Snapchat and Instagram and YouTube and make videos, but we don't think to put it over on good old Twitter as well.
Yeah.
But I know you focus on YouTube, right? I mean, YouTube is your main focus.
Yeah, definitely. I guess with any of these things, there's no right or wrong with it. It's just to really focus on one and then maybe branch out a little bit, but to have kind of one core place that, so for us, that's YouTube.
Yeah, and you do a great job with that. I love your videos. You share so much great information. So I definitely recommend that everyone checks out your YouTube. I'll post a link to that in a moment.
Thank you.
Let's dive in. Let's start with question number one. What is smart video marketing and how does it help new entrepreneurs?
Well, I would think that the overall approach is to be smart with your video marketing, and that's where you can actually do a lot of the research and a lot of the planning and things up front. Like look at where your ideal customers or the people that can get value from your content, where are they? Where are they stuck? What platforms are they on? Whether it's YouTube or not, like where are they hanging out and what are they stuck with and what can you help them with? So it's all about then taking them on a journey, helping them with wherever they're stuck, solving that for them. And then the action takers, which are the ones that you want to deal with in your business, they'll be, there to take the next step. So it's about solving whatever their 2 a.m. problem is. What are they waking up in the middle of the night thinking, gee, I'm stuck with whatever it is, video editing or creating videos or whatever it might be for you. Solve that for them and then give them the next logical step. So you're building a deep relationship with them. So that's our approach to video is to kind of serve or to add value with your content, because that'll build the deeper relationships, which then you can help them further and obviously offer and make sales and those sorts of things as well.
Right. And then that leads us to question number two. Is video marketing with YouTube the most efficient way to organically attract leads? And I saw plenty of people on the chat like, oh, I don't know about, because not everybody uses YouTube, especially the way you do. And also add new income streams to your business.
Yeah, so this is a really interesting topic, and it is a lot. There's a lot that you can do on YouTube that you can't do on a lot of the other platforms, and that's not to diss the other platforms. They've all got their place, but the reason that YouTube is the number one place for us is because it is a search engine, meaning that when we're looking at those 2 a.m. problems or where people are stuck, what they're typing into that search box, we can create content specifically for that and then lead them through to where we want to help them. It's that, give them what they want, not what they need or whatever, it's pick them up where they're at. Where are they stuck? And then give them what they need, not just create content around the answer. It's like, what are they stuck? Where are they stuck? And how can you help them with that? And I think that's the big distinction that you can do on YouTube. You know what they're searching for. They give you the tools to help find what people are actually searching for, creating content around that, and then leading them to whatever the next problem is or solving that for them to build that deeper relationship. So that's why we use YouTube. That's why we love YouTube. And as for organic traffic, there's nothing else that compares to that. Like, we've got videos that are 3 and 4 years old on our channel. They're still bringing in like over 1,000 views a day, which is leads for us. So it's all part of the big scheme of things, in having an online business on platforms like YouTube. But it's where can you meet them? Where can you pick them up? And then where can you drive them to from there?
Absolutely. And I think when people understand how powerful the search engine part of it is, I mean, I got videos that are really old, like back when YouTube first started, that people still go and view them. And I have a crazy number of views, and I'm not even actively, like, YouTube is one of my platforms I really should spend more time on and update, put some newer videos on. But I have videos on social media marketing stuff from so long ago, and people still find it. So I think that says a lot to how their search engine works, right?
Yeah, I know that, and obviously this isn't the perfect example, but I'm sure everyone's had things where they've posted videos or things to Facebook or Instagram and they kind of disappear pretty quick. Obviously it depends on your audience and how many people they're following, and the algorithm obviously plays a part. But when there's a searchable piece of that puzzle and they can search and find your videos, and it's not just being served up to them on a news feed, it's a totally different game. So that's where we're so adamant. If you do your research up front, we don't even create a video before we've done some research onto what people are searching for around that topic. So inherently, we know the words that they're using to type. We can then use those as our keywords and use them in the videos themselves. And it's way more likely to get views and everything on your videos because you know what people are typing in. So then it's a perfect match. YouTube sees this search query. They see a video that matches exactly that search query. They're going to rank it near the top. So I guess in a nutshell, that's kind of how it works.
Yeah, I remember you and I had a chat about this a while back earlier this year when I interviewed you for my video mastermind program. And it was just mind blowing how you were talking about the way you guys look for topics that are ranking that people are visiting and how you use that to help create your videos and market. It's just mind blowing. It's one of those things where I think when people learn from you, they can really up their game tremendously as to how they can make this work for their business.
Well, that is our goal. Is there's no point in doing this if people aren't seeing results. There's no point putting out content if no one's watching it at the same time. It's why are we doing this? And that's where we see a lot of people are stuck. They're all told that they need to create videos. They're creating videos. Even just that piece of it, they're creating videos, is a stressful thing. How do I use it? What gear do I need? I need to buy a new camera. So there's all of that comes into play as well. And that's normally where we pick up a lot of our audience, what editing software to use, what camera to use. And our whole thing is removing all of those excuses and just use the gear you've got. Use a webcam, use your phone. Those things are amazing. Just create the content, get started, because you will learn and grow as you go. But it's also then to show them how they can monetize and how they can generate revenue streams from their video content to grow their business, which at the end of the day, if we're investing time in making videos, we definitely want that to be worthwhile.
I love this so much. And that just kind of goes to my motto, just do it. Just like my tattoo says, just do it. Because really it is as simple as pressing the button. There really is no reason to not be able to pick up your phone. And our phone, used to be funny when they called our phones smartphones, because when you look at how phones were back when they were first calling them smartphones versus now, our phones are very smart now, right?
Totally
and
different.
The cameras are unbelievable. I cannot believe I have iPhone X. You have an X too, right? Don't you have an X?
I'm a Samsung guy. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know
I have
why
an
I thought
iPhone. I think
that.
it's a 7. It's an older. It's a 7 Plus. But yeah, we experiment with the different apps and things. But
This has
I'm
an
more an Android.
amazing camera. I mean, this has a
Yeah.
4K. I am blown away. And even my previous, I had an 8 prior to an 8 Plus, and the 8 Plus camera would just blow me away when I would use it. I would just like film my dog while I was walking him, and then I would look at it and go, that's amazing video. Like the
Yeah.
clarity is unreal. So there is no excuse these days. We all have amazing cameras on our phones. I mean, I remember, I know you're a filmmaker, but for all of us that those of us that are not true filmmakers, like I remember buying all this expensive camera equipment and lugging it around to shoot. Yeah, I used to be in the music business and to make videos of musicians on stage. And it was like such a big deal to just have this DIY setup. And now it's like, I can just like, this is already on us, right? Our phone goes wherever we go. And it's like, okay, there's no reason to not be making videos.
Yeah, that's it. And most of the excuses that we have beyond that are in our head anyway. They're stories that we're telling ourselves that we're not good enough, we're not good on camera, that our friends and family aren't going to like the content, where we're not creating the content for them anyway. So everyone struggles with those things to a different degree. But it is exactly as you said, just do it. Just start creating content and you'll learn. I mean, if you want a good laugh, go and check out the early videos on our channel. I was much more confident behind the camera than in front of it. And it is definitely different when you sit in front of it, but it's just practice. You can't expect to be the same as somebody else that you might watch their content without putting the runs on the board and putting the time in.
Absolutely. And your videos, when I watch the ones you do now versus a year ago, 2 years ago, I definitely can see that progression. I mean, you come off just really comfortable, and I mean, your content's always great. And I don't want people to think that, okay, if I'm nervous, the content's not going to come through. Like if you know your stuff, it was funny because I was just talking about this today on that live stream I was doing, because we were talking about video marketing. And if you know your content, that's what people want. They want the content.
Yeah, 100%. And that's where like we leave those videos up there for us to go back and have a laugh, but also for other people to see that progression. As I said, like it was new to me to be sitting in front, but the content is the most important part. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what phone, what camera, whatever you use, people are there for the content. So that's the easy bit.
Yeah, I totally agree. Gary Vaynerchuk would sometimes, years ago, do interviews on podcasts by phone, and his audio sounded terrible. He would just like call in for a podcast, and he used to say like, hey, it's about the content. It doesn't matter if I sound bad. It's about the content, and I'm sharing good content. And I used to forego the bad audio because I wanted to hear what he had to say, and not to say let's have bad audio or bad video. I mean, try to do the best you can,
definitely,
with what you have, but don't let that be a deterrent. I mean, always strive to get better equipment if that's your goal. Question number 3, YouTube's algorithms are constantly changing. So what is the best way to rank videos and reach your target market on YouTube?
So with this one, it goes back to everything that we've said previously. It all kind of ties into the overall bubble of creating content that your audience is looking for and serving your audience, or the people that you want to have deeper relationships with to get them to become customers or to buy your products or someone else's products if you're an affiliate marketer. So with that approach, like YouTube being a search engine, you really want to focus on creating content that YouTube is going to show your videos in search. That is doing that research up front. That is finding out exactly the search phrases and the keywords that people are typing into that search box and starting there. I mean, that there's traffic coming in. Any algorithm change is still going to feature those things first, because that's YouTube's platform. That's its goal, is to serve up the best content, the most relevant to whatever people are putting in that box. So I don't really see that changing, and the algorithms and things that are changing seem to be more around your subscriber notifications when you do release a new video and those sorts of things. But the actual fundamentals of the search engine piece really hasn't changed much. If anything, it's just gotten better, which makes it easier to get your videos in front of the right people. So take that approach first and do some research. Look at the keywords, look at the types of videos that you could create, and where are the problems and what are the pains that your audience actually has. And in most cases, we started exactly the same. People will start out creating videos and they'll be like, this is a really good tip, I need to share this. And that's all well and good, but no one's going to search for that tip. they'll search for the pain that not knowing that tip is. So that's the distinction. So sometimes it's about taking a step back and it's like, okay, where is everyone stuck? Is it with actual, in the nitty gritty of video editing, or is it what software to use and where do I start and how do I edit as a whole? Like, obviously this is just an example, but take a step back in your business and look at the types of content that you could create. Look at the frequently asked questions, the things that people ask you all the time, those mind-numbing questions. Create videos around those, because then two things, they're the things that people are searching for, and you won't have to keep answering that question again because you can send them to the video.
Absolutely. And now I'm not being very consistent. I know I need to when it comes to YouTube videos, but I, from time to time, create how-to videos in Camtasia. I love Camtasia, and that's great for screen share. And I will do it based on things people are asking me about, or if it's a new Twitter feature. And so I did one earlier this year on this new feature called Twitter Threads. And, my videos don't get a whole lot of views because, again, I'm not really marketing these properly. I don't have a great strategy at the moment. I'm not doing it with consistency. But this one particular video, I have 2,000 views, and that's nice. High for me, And I look at that and go, okay, well, I shared something that probably not too many people were sharing. Twitter Threads, it was a new feature at the time, and people must have been searching for it. And I was probably the only video, or one of a few videos, that were discoverable through that. So I imagine that's where, if you're in a niche and you're posting videos, I guess as long as people are typing those, knowing those keywords, right?
So there's two parts to that. Yes, it obviously comes down to the keywords and knowing that there are people searching for that. So that's obviously the place to start, but also you've got trending topics or new features and those sorts of things that happen in your industry, or especially around like timely content. So with a new feature being added, if you're creating videos around it, then you're going to get that traffic with people wanting to find out more about it. So you can jump around it and do like the trending videos as well, and it can be a great strategy to grow. But obviously, are you still getting a heap of views on that now, or is that something that now that feature's out, maybe people aren't searching for it as much? So right. I guess it's a different strategy, and I wouldn't say just build trending videos, but it's definitely good to throw them in the mix because they can, blow your channel up overnight.
Right, which can get you more subscribers, which can help you in the big picture of things.
Definitely. So the bigger your channel is to YouTube as well, the more likely they are to feature your videos and those sorts of things, and to feature your channel. So it is kind of that snowball effect that the more views you're getting, the more you will get, because they're saying, hey, this person puts out good content. Right. People are watching it through. It's a good experience for the people. So they're jumping off to the next video as well afterwards. It's all about time on platform. So it's not just, did they watch my video? It's what did they do afterwards? If they watched your video and then left YouTube, that's not a good thing. You kind of want to give them that next step, which is either to watch another one of your videos or another related video that that they would be interested in. So that sends a big indicator back to YouTube that you're keeping people on the platform, which means they can run more ads and all the other stuff. Then their business model kicks in. But also the viewer themselves is having a good experience too. They're getting what they've come for in your video, and you've given them the next step. So it is about looking at YouTube as a whole and what are their goals, and how can you serve that while obviously getting in front of the right people as well.
I love that. Question number 4, what are some top resources that you recommend to a business owner that's just starting out doing a video marketing campaign?
Cool. So I actually really struggled to pull down 5. Like there's so many.
I didn't say 5 because I want you to just do however many. I didn't want to make you do 5. So just give us some that you think we should share with everybody.
Ones that we use all the time are Rev. So for transcribing and creating the captions for your videos, they're great no matter where you're going to put your videos. I think it works out as $1 a minute, so it's crazy cheap. And it's done by a human, so it's not just automated with one of those AI things that can give you a lot of mistakes in there. So definitely Rev is an invaluable tool. We also use a lot of Frame.io. So if you're a business owner or you're working with a team, then Frame will let you collaborate with them and get feedback from the team, which is amazing and speeds up the review process for your videos. So we use Frame.io quite a lot. And I'd say the other one that I really strongly recommend is Video Hive. That's where we go for all of our templates. it is kind of like everyone wants to have their videos look good, but no one wants to put in the time in creating these things. But you don't need to, because with places like Video Hive, you can just buy the templates and customize them up for your branding, your fonts, your colors. And yeah, so it's an amazing way to get video intros and titles and things for your videos.
Love it. We'll do one more question. Question number 6, we were talking about tools. Now, in that question, we talked specifically about mobile. What I'd like to ask you is, let's kind of broaden that up. I would love to hear, what tools do you use and recommend for both desktop and for mobile?
Okay. Yeah. So with removing anyone's excuses to not creating video, it's easy to start with mobile, and it's video. So you're going to remove a lot of the pressure in creating your videos if you know that you can easily edit them down. So on Android, I love Power Director. I love it for Instagram stories and those sorts of things as well, because it does do portrait video. So you can edit the start and the finish off your stories, as well as obviously YouTube content or other video content as well. KineMaster is also a really great option on both Android and iOS. Now, these are both paid video editing apps. And if you want probably the most advanced video editing app, I don't want to freak anyone out here, but if you're really looking for the closest to desktop video editing on your smartphone, on your iOS device, it's iOS only, LumaFusion is an amazing app. It's literally the full production suite on your phone. Wow. So that's fun. On desktop, I would say we have videos on this stuff, and the underlying message is to try a couple and see which one is the best one for you. What's the best one for you versus me could be two totally different things. So It's about trying a couple. I do now like Filmora. That was something that I kind of dismissed for a while, but now it's at a place where it's pretty good. I think it's around $60. It's amazing what you can get out in that on the beginner, kind of intermediate end. The Adobe suite, Adobe Elements, and I'm really hoping to try their new one, Adobe Rush, really soon. So I have high hopes for that, but it's not quite out yet. And obviously, if you're after all the advanced tools and those sorts of things, then yeah, your Final Cut Pro and your Adobe Premiere are really the kind of industry standard at this point. But if you're just starting out, don't think that you need to go and learn those. You're just going to waste a heap of time. And at the end of the day, these are just tools to edit your videos down. So take that approach, try a couple of different tools, and see which one is the easiest for you to get up to speed with and to edit your videos down.
Yeah, so like iMovie is super simple and easy to use. That's a good beginner's one. I mean, it doesn't do a whole lot, but it can do very basic things and is super easy.
Yep, and that's it. And it's just using what you have. So if you don't want to spend any money, then iMovie is great. If you're happy to spend $60, then Filmora is the next step up. And then there's always a next step up, right? So ScreenFlow is an amazing tool. We use that a lot for all our screen recordings, for our course content. And even if I've got to do just a really basic edit, I'm on my laptop, on my Mac, then I'll use ScreenFlow. And I think it's around $129. So it's not going to break the bank, especially if you're using this for business.
Absolutely. And yeah, so I use Camtasia, and then I also use Snagit. Snagit has a newer feature where, and it's been there for a while, but it's newer, like maybe in the last year or so, where you can do really small videos on there. So if I want to just make a real quick 3-minute how-to for my VA, I don't have to go open up Camtasia anymore, because I always have Snagit open, and I can just do a real quick one in Snagit. So that's pretty cool. And those are both by TechSmith, great company. This is so awesome, Justin. And also, I want everyone tuning in to know that on your YouTube page, you have videos where you review these apps and tools as well. I mean, you review a lot of different things, cameras, lights. I know you review these new lights I have. I bought them because a colleague of mine told me about them, and I saw how great his lighting was. So I went ahead and ordered them on Amazon. Then what I did is I went over to your YouTube. I'm like, I bet Justin has this in there. And sure enough, I saw you reviewing these type of lights, the LED lights. Panel lights. So you have so much great stuff. And here is the link. Edit my clips. It's
strange. Like, so with YouTube, when you first sign up, this was an old account that we had. That will take you to the right place, but it is youtube.com/Primal Video.
Okay,
that's one
so
of
that's a better
Primal Video is our channel. But yeah, if you start a channel and then you are stuck with whatever that URL is, if it was an older channel, these days you can change them. So that's one of the pet peeve that I have with YouTube, is that it now still says edit my clips. That was a service that we were going to offer to edit people's videos for them. But that both of them will take you to the same place. So it's Primal Video.
That looks better. Well,
it does look a little nicer.
Yeah. Earlier when you were talking, I'm like, let me go pull up your YouTube real quick. And I just typed in Primal Video and it brought it up, but it had that other link. And I was like, oh, that's, but yeah, this link looks a lot better. Yeah, this has been so great, Justin. Thank you so much. I know it's super early over there in Australia. I really appreciate you coming on and sharing all this great information. So I shared your YouTube. Is there anywhere else we can send people to learn more about you?
YouTube channel or to our website, primalvideo.com. That's probably the two best places to start, or any behind the scenes stuff is really on Instagram. I'm trying to push myself to up my Instagram game and bring people along. And
I see you on Instagram and you're doing a great job. And I appreciate the little shout out video you did right before the chat. That was super cool. So yeah, you're doing a great job.
That was good fun. Well, thank you very much for having me on. This was new. I've never done this before, and it's amazing. So I definitely need to spend more time on Twitter, because this was really cool.
Yeah, it was a great chat, and you really brought it. I mean, you shared so much great information. So if anyone is watching this and you were not on the Twitter chat, definitely go over there and go through the hashtag social ROI. I will have a recap. I do a Twitter Moments recap each week. And so I will have one up a little later this evening. If anyone wants to check that out, just go check my Twitter for that. And that's it for this week. We'll be back next week. We got Stephanie Liu. She also does video. She's really big with Facebook Live video. So she's going to be our guest next week. So I guess we're going to kind of keep the video marketing going for a while. Yeah. Thank you so much, Justin. And thanks everybody for watching. We'll see y'all next week.
Thank you.